On this week's episode, Dr. Mike and I discuss rehab options for shin splints. This week with Dr. Mike, and we're going to talk about shin splints.
Yes.
Dr. Mike, what are shin splints?
So shin splints can be any type of an irritation of the tissue that overlies the front of our shin bone. It can be due to a muscular issue, it can be due to just kind of some inflammation, some irritation. In bad enough cases, stress fractures of the shin bone can also kind of mimic those same types of symptoms.
And how do they occur?
Typically occur in runners, weekend warriors, primarily guys and girls that don't maybe run all that often or don't stretch properly before or afterwards and then go out, run 3, 4, 5 miles. That can cause that irritation. Running on hard surfaces, running on the concrete versus running on a track or a treadmill, something with a little less give to it. Mm-hmm. Also very common in high impact sports. Jumping sports, think volleyball, basketball, anything where it may be played on like I said, on a hard surface, or just that constant impact up and down on the ground.
Would you say that there is a bias in age for who could get shin splints?
Typically more common in adolescents, primarily females, sorry to say, but just simply due to that whole impact kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. I've suffered from shin splints before. It's very uncomfortable. Yes. What do you suggest as a treatment option for somebody dealing with shin splints?
Okay, so first and foremost, based on their activity level or the degree severity of it, may talk to them about rest. Just resting a little bit, laying off the running, laying off the jumping, whatever it is that's irritating them in the first place. Always want to talk about compression, whether we're talking about a compression sock, that voodoo wrap, something that's going to help to flush some irritation, some inflammation out of those areas. Want to always talk about proper stretching. So proper stretching of both the anterior and posterior muscles of the lower legs, so the calf muscles, and then the anterior shin muscles as well. And then also look at maybe some ankle mobility issues. Why are they happening in the first place? It may be more than just the surface that they're running on. It may be an issue with the way their feet, flex and extend. That may be a problem that we deal with as well.
So last week you actually did a short video on ankle mobility. Yes. We showed the voodoo strap and how that works. Kind of looking into those exercises might be helpful.
Yes, absolutely. Just to keep the things loosened up. If it's a stability issue, how do we stabilize the ankle or the lower leg? If it's a strength issue, how do we build the muscle strength in those legs to where you can continue to do the activities, the sports, the things you want to do without that constant irritation of those areas.
Yeah, which is, I'm sure, something that a runner, especially one who runs long distances, wants to.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, yep. Okay, so coming up next, we're actually going to talk about the AlterG Treadmill, which is a service or a tool that we offer in the office for people dealing with shin splints and other conditions.
Yes.
Hi, I'm Rainey. Welcome to the Fitbit of the Week. Today, I want to go over shin splints, which is a common injury in runners where you feel pain or tightness through the front of your lower leg, like in your shins, mostly during running or any kind of activity, really. So what we're going to do is first stretch out the calves and roll them out too, just to kind of get everything loosened up because it may be very tight from all the running that you're doing or all the activity that you're doing. So the first thing that we're going to do is just a calf stretch, which is basic, just finding a step or a wall or something where you can prop your toe up on like this, so your heel's on the ground, toe up on the step, and I'm going to lean forward into it, and I'm going to feel that stretch down here in the back of my leg or my calf. So I'm leaning and holding so that it's stretching that muscle out. And then of course you'd want to do it on both sides. Even if you are only feeling the shin splint pain in one leg, you want to make sure you're doing this on both sides so then you don't end up getting that same pain in the other leg as well. Alright, so once you've kind of stretched that muscle out, next we're going to use a lacrosse ball and kind of massage the calf muscle, maybe get a little deeper into the muscle and loosen it up a little more. So what you're going to do is take the ball, you can use a lacrosse ball, you can use a tennis ball, you're going to put it right there on the back of your leg, on your calf muscle. You're going to kind of lift yourself off the floor so you can roll it around through that muscle. You might find a sore spot or a tight spot. It may hurt just a little bit, but The more you do it, the more it's going to loosen up. And you want to make sure that you're getting, to the side of the muscle, through the main part of the muscle, and then also to the other side. You want to go all the way around that muscle. Again, you would want to do it on both sides. And then the other thing that we're going to do is actually use the foam roller on our shins. So you may feel like there's, just a bone there, but there are muscles and tendons that are running down the front of your leg that we need to loosen up as well. So we're going to use the foam roller for this one. You're going to be on your stomach, or turned over this way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this foot bent, or this knee bent, this foot in front of the foam roller, and so that I can roll out the front of your leg. Again, you want to kind of rotate your legs so you can get to the side. I'm going to get to the middle there, and then to the other side as well. Again, you might hit a sore spot. Just try to push through so you can get it all loosened up. All right, so once you've gotten the muscles loose or stretched out, and you want to start working on strengthening your calves, what we're going to do is I'm going to show you 3 different calf raise exercises that you can do. You may know the main one. I'm going to use a step for this today, mainly so I can get more range of motion. The main one that you may see is just keeping your toes both facing straight ahead. You're going to go down and then up onto your toes, down, up. Pretty basic. Probably seen this before. But then what we're going to do is we're going to turn our toes facing each other, so toes together this way. We're again going down and up. It may feel really awkward at first, but you'll notice that it's working the muscle in a little bit of a different way. So again, down and up, you want to do about 10 reps or so. You're going to switch and put your heels together next. And again, down and up. And this is working the muscle in another way. Again, 10 reps or so. You're going to start to feel a burn in your calves. I would suggest if it starts to get pretty intense, maybe just go through one set of all of them. Otherwise, you're going to be very sore the next day and it might be kind of hard to walk. But just listen to your body and then you'll know, if it's burning too much or not. But yeah, this should help you with your shin splints if you're a runner or if you're having any kind of pain through the front of your legs. Try these out, see if they can help. So that's been this week's Fitbit, and we'll see you next time.
We're back with Dr. Mike and the anti-gravity treadmill, also known as the AlterG treadmill. Dr. Mike, tell me what is so special about this treadmill?
So this is more than just a treadmill. So under the big tarp we've got here, more or less, there's an actual treadmill underneath it. And what the anti-gravity treadmill does is we can actually remove portions of your body weight while you exercise. And so some individuals that we have use this are stroke victims, individuals that are working on gait retraining, also good after, say, a knee replacement or hip replacement. Maybe they can't be bearing full body weight while they move, whether it's running or just walking. We can remove portions of the body weight. Anywhere down, we can remove all the body weight if we wanted to, typically in the 50% range, can also get down to about the 80% range of body weight, and that's typically where most people will end up running, moving, exercise at.
And that's a pretty significant amount.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. That's a big change on that, but it's going to allow you to still be functional, still be moving, still be running, whether you're trying to keep up your cardiovascular rate without having the same wear and tear on your body and your joints. Individual that may be training for a marathon, a half marathon, they end up with shin splints, they get injured, they think, okay, I can't run my race. We can get them in here, get them on the treadmill to where they can continue to get that same cardiorespiratory endurance exercise they're looking for without then further aggravating the condition that brought them in.
Even if they're not injured, I know I've read articles about like Olympic athletes who are long distance marathon runners, triathletes running on these just because it is less wear and tear on the
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And so, think about those, like you said, Olympic athletes, they're training year round for an hour, 2 hours worth of an event. Yeah, they have to stay healthy. And so if they were to incur an injury by going out and running on the concrete all the time, obviously it's going to be a big setback in their years or multiple years goals worth of running wise.
Yeah, and there's no max how long I can run on this.
Nope.
Really, it's just like a regular treadmill.
Just like a regular treadmill.
Yeah.
So you could do it for anywhere from 10 minutes to 30 minutes to an hour to 2 hours, depending on what you're either training for or what your individual goals may be. And like I said, a lot of times when we're talking about shin splints, it can be the weekend warriors. So not maybe the individuals that are going to go out and run 26.2 miles, but the ones that are maybe training for a 5K or a 10K.
And are irritated because they're injured but want to keep running through that injury.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely a great tool for that. Hopefully the information that we've shared for you this week was helpful. If you have any more questions about the AlterG treadmill or any of the other services that we've talked about, make sure to call our office. We will see you next week.
To submit a question, watch a past episode, or to find out more about the Springfield Wellness Center, check us out on Facebook, subscribe to our YouTube channel, or find us on Instagram, or check out our show website at wellnesslab.tv.